I can't plug in my ring light, so the lighting is just gonna have to do. I have been lying in bed being sad. Asked me to do a video on how my weekend went because I just basically said on my story that I had the worst weekend ever. So here goes, and this is gonna be a Christmas edition because it was a Christmas party. Like, subscribe, and just follow my socials that are here, and yeah. So let's get into it. To start the video, I'm not gonna disclose anything, anyone's names or anything. In this case, I'm not even going to disclose the gender of the main person in this story because I love this person with all my heart. They just decided to break my heart this weekend. So yeah, but I did meet some amazing people, not gonna lie. Like, not everything was bad. I met some incredible women. I will steal you, I will abduct you. So let's get into the story. I wasn't even filming. Okay, so basically we'll call the main character of the story, well, I'm the main character of the story, but we'll call the main character of the story Taylor. It's gonna be a unisex name, so you won't even know the sex of this person, so you can't assume who this person is to me. Could be a family member, could be a friend, could be any. So Taylor invited me to their Christmas party in the Gold Coast. I live in Brisbane, Taylor lives in the Gold Coast. I was so excited to go and see Taylor and to go to this Christmas party. I got there, I got ready, I looked really good. I was so excited. We head off, we went to this Christmas party. It was a beautiful venue. I don't even know what the venue was. It was gorgeous. We watched the horse races, we bet, we were having a really good time. Made a friend, which for a lot of the first part of the party, I was really struggling to make friends and to talk to anyone. I felt really uncomfortable and really out of place. So one beautiful girl showed up and she was just a really good time. You know who you are. I know you're gonna watch this video. A really good time. I had a few wines, so I was definitely at the point where I was really loud and just joking around. And Taylor, I don't think was happy that I was having a good time. I turned around and I said something to Taylor that was just some sort of joke, but Taylor had a few drinks at this point too, so maybe it annoyed Taylor. I don't know if you, I don't know really what I said, and the only thing I can remember, I can't really say without disclosing potentially who it is. You just have to trust me that it wasn't really anything to be annoyed about. I can see if you've had a few drinks how you could be annoyed about it potentially, but it's not enough for what Taylor said to me next, which was basically using the most traumatic experience of my entire life, which was my teen pregnancy, which corresponded around my first relationship, which was abusive when I was 15, and which basically led me to be homeless. And Taylor just used, yeah, this experience against me in that moment. Everything changed at that moment. I don't care if someone from the outside looking in judges me on any of those experiences, but to have someone that I absolutely love with all my heart and soul say that to me broke me. I have been so sad lying in bed just from that one comment. I got up, I held myself together. I probably wasn't holding myself together because everyone knew I was upset at that point, I think. But I felt like I was holding myself together. I felt like it, okay? I was a few wines down. And I went to the toilet and I just collapsed. In the toilet, I collapsed, and I must have collapsed really, really hard because a lot of the girls in the toilets were really, really worried, and they were like trying to like talk through the booth and ask if I was okay, and I was like, I'm okay, like just please just leave me alone, I'm okay. I'm just so sick of just regarding my mental health, having these breakdowns and having just people swarm me at this point. Like, I'm over it. I just need a second. And when people are in my face, it makes it worse, and it makes me, I can't cope anymore. Like, if I have a cry, I can get over it, I can pull myself together and I can get back out. But when people are in my face, and I'm not blaming these people at all, like, they were just trying to be nice, but nothing's gonna happen to me in the bathroom. Nothing's gonna happen. You can leave me alone, it's fine. Like, watch from a distance if you need to, but if someone says go away, and it got to the point where I was like, you need to go away. They were literally like standing on the toilet on the other side, trying to look into my toilet and where I was sitting. And I was like, please just go away. And they're like, oh my God, you don't have to be so rude. And I'm like, you're the one looking over the toilet. That is rude. That is so invasive. I know that they were trying to be kind, but it was just really, really just putting me in this situation. Like, I just needed to have a cry, and I just needed to pull myself together and get over it. Blame myself. I fell so hard. Yeah. After that, the girls at my table came in. We'll call her Mel. Mel came in, the one from earlier that I was really getting along with, and said that Taylor was really worried and sent her in. I don't really believe that at all, because Taylor has never done anything like that. If I'm upset, Taylor's just like, leave her. She'll be right. She'll get over it. But like I said, I love this person with all my heart, and most of the time it's good. It's just pretty much every single time I've ever gotten sad, Taylor has never cared. Ever. Not once. Not once. After that, the security guard came in just to ask if I was okay. A male security guard came into the girls' toilet to ask if I was okay. I'm okay. I just, my friend isn't being the nicest to me, and I just really just need a second. In this whole time, I just didn't get a second to breathe, and that's all I needed was a second to breathe. I needed a second to breathe, and I didn't get a second to breathe. So embarrassing, just being upset in front of people. I just don't want to. And when I am upset in front of people, all I want to do is put my head into their shoulder and just cry. I don't want them to look at my face when I cry. Don't want them to look at my face. I can't explain it. Just don't look at me. Anyway, so I don't know how, but I built up the courage to, I don't even remember getting from the toilet, but I got outside somehow. I went to go back to the table. Yeah, and then this other beautiful, random beautiful girl, we'll call her Jazz. We'll call her Jazz. Randomly pulled me up and asked me if I was okay. Obviously, at this point, you could see that I wasn't. And I was like, no, this and this and this is happening, and my friend is saying this and doing this, and I can't get a moment to breathe. Basically, after that, I spoke to her, and she was just really awesome, and she was just talking about what was going on with her. She had been basically banded there as well by her friend. She was in a really similar situation, and she was just so beautiful. Oh my goodness. So somehow, I think the girls came up to me from the table and they said, we're going somewhere, we're gonna go somewhere. And so somehow we got outside and we're like, are you okay? And then Taylor walked out, and I remember just like looking at Taylor and looking forward and just going, you gonna give me shit? I don't care about anyone else caring about me. I just care about you caring about me. I love you. You're the only person I'm here for right now. We got into this taxi, barely remembered the trip, and during the taxi ride, I just broke down again. I think we were in Broad Beach in the Gold Coast. Don't know. Taylor and everyone went inside. I was trying to call an Uber. I was so drunk, I could not see my phone. This Uber was supposedly here. I was about to spend $150 freaking dollars on an Uber from the Gold Coast to Brisbane at that point, because I just did not want to be there anymore. I was just so embarrassed. I felt so neglected. I just felt I just couldn't work my phone. I could not work my phone for the life of me. I had to cancel the Uber. I know I canceled an Uber because it was calling me, and I was like, I don't know where this Uber is, so I'm gonna cancel and reorder it. I was standing in the middle of the road, and I didn't realize I was standing in the middle of the road trying to look for this Uber, and these cars were beeping at me, and I was just standing in the middle of the road in the pouring rain, just trying to find this Uber to get me out of the situation that I was in. And some people just like grabbed me from out of the road, some random people, and they're like, what are you doing? You're in the middle of the road. And I'm just really embarrassed, and I just want to get out of here. I remember I fell over. I went to lean on what I thought was a wall. I fell over onto the ground because it was like those things that you pull down. I don't know how to explain it. It wasn't a wall. I leaned into this meshy thing and I fell over. So embarrassing. A group of people were asking me, where do you live? And I'm like, I live in Brisbane. I will go back to Taylor's parents' house. I'm fine, I'm safe, but just get me out of here right now. Can you please get me out of here? Literal randoms took me home. And the last thing I saw was Taylor having the time of their life in this beautiful restaurant. I got home at about 7:30 and Taylor got home at 1:30 in the morning and tried to pretend like nothing happened. Taylor just talked about all the fun that they had. It was just really triggering at that point, and for the next day. And not once did Taylor ask me how I was feeling, because I love Taylor so much, so much. The rest of the weekend was awful. I was sad the rest of the weekend. I went home Monday morning. I caught the train down. I didn't bring my car down, and it was storming and absolutely hammering down rain Monday. just to top it off. I had my bag and I had my handbag, and I Ubered it to the train station, and I was walking down the stairs at the train station and I fell down the entire thing. I was just wanting to get out of there. I had tears in my eyes, just so much anxiety and so much sadness, and my mind wasn't on my footsteps, and I just somehow fell all the way down the stairs. All the way down. It was so embarrassing, so embarrassing. One girl like literally went, "Are you okay? Just let me lie here and die. Just let me lie here and die." And she's like, "I'll get someone to have a look at you." And I'm like, no, just leave me alone. Just leave me. I was so over it. So over it at this point. I don't care. I was in so much pain, and I didn't even pay for my train ticket. I just ran up the stairs and went and sat down and just sobbed to myself silently until the train. And I missed the first train because I was just sitting there crying, and then I got the second train, and that's that. And today Taylor finally, I was having panic attacks last night, and Taylor just didn't even respond. So I feel like everyone's gonna be able to judge the sex of this person just by their actions towards me. If you know the sex of this person, if you know, just leave a comment. Just male or female. I think anyone can tell. Taylor messaged me today asking if I was feeling better. But yeah. That was my weekend. Christmas edition. Merry Christmas to me. so negative, but I just haven't recovered. Like every single time I get upset, Taylor invalidates my emotions and makes it completely worse. I'm gonna leave this here because the sun's coming back. So if you enjoyed this little quick story time, like and subscribe and follow my socials. And yeah, I'll see you in my next video.